Thanks for downloading another segment from the Best of the Classic Metal Show. The Classic Metal Show is heard live on Saturdays from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. Eastern, exclusively at www.theclassicmetalshow.com. And now here's another piece of Classic Metal Show history on the Best of the Classic Metal Show.
The Classic Metal Show.
Hail and kill, caller. You're on the air.
Hi, this is Tony from Metal Eater, guys. How you doing?
What's up, Tony?
How are ya?
Good, good. How's things in Canada?
They're good.
Excellent.
Now the snow's gone, so things are even better.
Excellent. Well, we got our good friend Tony Antunovich from Metal Eater, our partner and affiliate in the written word. And what's going on, Tony? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you guys, too. I'm looking forward to working with you guys more closely this year. And not much. I'm just kicking it back here on a Saturday night, listening to the Classic Metal Show, and I thought I'd give you guys a shout and see what's up.
Well, if you've been listening, I'm sure you know what's up. We've already talked about it, Tony. No, but seriously, how's Metal Eater going, and what's the plan for 2009?
Well, Metal Eater's going strong. We've got a lot of plans for this year. Chris knows a few of them. Maybe he does. I don't know.
I know.
But anyway,
gay porn. I'm with you.
Yeah, but
yeah.
Honestly, we're going to keep a tight lip for a while on it yet. But one thing I can say, the announcement was posted I don't know, a couple days ago. We've got a new rating system now. Since the beginning, we've been using an out of 10 rating system, but we wanted to make a change with that. So we're now using basically A to F. Instead of 0 to 10, it'll be A to F.
Right.
So that's something that we've been discussing. Brian Davis, our editor-in-chief, and I have been discussing that for a while. We just wanted to change, It kind of gives more of a, I don't know, it's just more, it's more flexible,
Sure.
I think it gives readers more of an exact opinion, instead, because a lot of people will come up to me, and I get emails from readers saying, okay, well, what does a 6 mean? What does a 7 mean? So we kind of listened to that and just decided to make a change. So that's one thing that's changed.
Right.
New Metal Eater forums coming up pretty quick. What else? A lot of other stuff, but I'm going to keep quiet about that right now. What do you guys feel about that?
Well, dude, when you make a change like that, and you obviously, you change your rating system and whatnot, obviously you have to readjust the audience on how they feel or shake, right?
Absolutely. I'm sure there are going to be some people who aren't happy about it, or who may disagree with it, or just they may like the idea, but it might take them a while to get used to. But what do you guys think about the whole rating system thing? Because there are a number of different things. There are a lot of websites out there that use their own, skulls, 6 skulls, or they'll use the 5-star system, out of 10, things like that.
Well, I think if you use a number system, Tony, being that we're living in a politically correct world, I think everyone should get a 5 so no one feels bad about themselves.
Right.
I would tend to agree. I mean, it's especially now with the economy turned to shit, it's certainly not a good idea to make anyone feel bad.
Yeah, we certainly wouldn't want to pit one CD up against another and rate one lower than another. I think everybody should get an equal score, and everybody should be happy, and nobody should be better than anyone, and we should all be on an equal plane. What do you think?
Well, it'd be kind of boring, don't you think, if everyone got a 5?
Well, man, it's a dog-eat-dog world, and the cat's got to eat the mice, right?
I guess, but we're honest, just like you guys are honest, so we don't want to mislead anybody. If an album's not very good, well, we're going to tell them it's not very good. Just because it's metal doesn't mean it's good. I would say that 85% or 90% of the metal out there is really good to really good, or someone may not agree with that, but I think there is some metal out there that's not good. And
Well,
you know,
Tony, how do you differentiate between a good and a bad record when obviously there's varying opinions? I mean, somebody might think that the new Saxon is a B plus, where somebody might think it's a C minus, and that would make your review wrong, wouldn't it?
Well, I wasn't the one that reviewed it, Chris. You reviewed it. But to answer your question, that's a good question, actually, because I think a review is like an opinion. Everyone's got an opinion, People have to understand that. When a writer reviews an album, it's an opinion. It's that particular writer's opinion. Not necessarily everybody is going to agree with that. There may be some people who do, and there may be some people who don't. Some people may think he's an idiot for giving it a certain grade. Some people may not. I don't know. I've had people accuse me of being, too giving when handing out a 9.5 or a 9 or even a 10. I gave Ice Thirst, The Glorious Burden a 10. Why? Because it's a phenomenal album. I felt it deserved a 10. So at the time, I gave it a 10. Now it would be an A+.
Well, Tony, when you review a CD that comes along with a little envelope full of payola, do you usually rate those higher than the ones that don't come with payola?
Payola. When I do an album review, I give it an honest rating. If it's good, it'll get a good rating. If it sucks, it's going to get a bad rating. Simple as that.
Well, Tony, it's got to be difficult, and I mean, I write reviews too, obviously, and sometimes when you get these established bands, there's an expectation of profitability and scoring. With that being said, do you use the market to help you review the sound quality?
The market in which way? In what respect?
Well, by using the market, that the CD's being produced with, to help evaluate the recording quality and the soundscape.
Yes and no. I don't really know how to elaborate on that because when I review an album, I look at the whole spectrum. I look at the quality of the songs, the structure, the arrangements. Lyrics are in there too. If a song has lyrics that are too repetitive, it kind of dampens my mood when I'm listening to it, so I kind of take that into consideration. Sound is huge. Obviously, the production of an album is very important. I look at everything,
Sure. Well, I mean, take, for instance, a record that would be recorded by, like, a Canadian band. Obviously, the Canadian dollar right now has some stronger value than the American dollar, which would probably give them an advantage in the recording, in the ability to have good production. So with that being said, does that automatically quantify a higher grade versus a lower continuum?
I don't think so. I mean, your dollar is doing better than the Canadian dollar right now. I think last I looked, the Canadian dollar was 85 cents U.S., so your dollar is actually doing better than ours. But that aside, I don't think so.
Sure. Now, how do you think the global economy is going to affect Metal and Metal Eater in the future?
Well, it's not going to affect Metal Eater at all because we don't ask our readers to go and pay to view our content. Everything is free, and I can guarantee. For those readers that have read our 2008 recap, I made a promise that I mentioned that we have new things planned for 2009, and I made a promise that it will be well worth the wait, and I can say that again. It will be well worth the wait. But we don't ask people to pay for our content. It's free. It's always going to be free. We will never charge our readers to view our pages, and it's only going to get better. On the other hand, do I think it's going to affect metal? I think that if it does affect it in a negative way, it would be in the way that such that people may not go to as many shows. I spoke with John Schaefer actually about this
Who?
very thing.
Who'd you speak to?
John Schaefer of Iced Earth.
I'm not familiar.
Anyway, I talked with him in November when they were here in Vancouver, and we were talking about the economy, and he was telling me that that the ticket sales were not as good this time around, and he sort of said that it was because of the economy. Obviously, when the economy is bad, people are going to watch their money. But as a whole, I don't think it's going to affect metal because metal fans are loyal and they love the music. And I think, if there's an album that a person wants to buy, they're going to drop, whatever, $12, $15 for a good album.
Sure.
Well, Tony, with the election of Barack Obama here in the U.S., do you see a rise in rap music and a hybrid of metal and rap?
God, I hope not. What are your comments on that?
Oh, I'm with you on that, Tony. Rap music mixed with the metal hasn't been good since Aerosmith.
Oh, God, yeah. Walk this way. Well, I have to admit, I'm a musician. I'm a drummer. I respect music as a whole. I love music. I don't just listen to heavy metal. But rap, I don't understand it. I've never understood it. So, no disrespect to anyone who listens to it, but me personally, I've never understood it, so I've never really gotten into it. So,
Tony, I wish you wouldn't take such hard stands that are so offensive to so many. I mean, Jesus, dude.
Well, I apologize, guys.
All right, Tony. Well, why don't you tell us where you can find Metal Eater, and as soon as you launch your new ideas in 2009, we'll have you come back and let us know how it all's working out for you. So, give them that web address and what they can expect in the upcoming week.
In an upcoming week, well, not much in the upcoming week other than more reviews and more news and some more interviews. But those of you who want to check out Metal Eater can go to www.metaleater.com. I will let the rabbit out of the hat now, and I'll tell you that there will be a brand new Metal Eater this year.
Whoa.
Wow. I wasn't expecting that. I kind of lost my train of thought there for a second. He kind of threw me for a loop.
There will be a brand new Metal Eater. It will be completely redesigned.
Excellent. Well, I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to it.
Awesome.
All right, Tony. Well, we appreciate you calling in and being part of the Classic Metal Show Network, and we appreciate us being a part of your Metal Eater network over there.
Absolutely, and I look forward to collaborating with both of you guys more, and and we're always plugging the Classic Metal Show, as both of you know.
Excellent. Making us the #1 metal show in the world, right?
That's right. Classic Metal Show is the #1 metal show in the world.
All right.
You guys leave everyone else in the dust.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
I'm going to use that as a tagline on the beginning of the show now. You guys leave everyone in the dust.
That's right.
Okay. And then I'm going to put it, Tony from metaleater.com.
No, please don't use my name. You can use the audio if you want. That's fine, but try to keep my name out of it.
Okay. Well, we'll make it blank from metaleater.com.
Okay. Well, then you know what you can do. You can put Chris's name in there because Chris is one of our crew members. So use Chris.
Okay.
All right, Tony. Well, we appreciate you calling in, and we'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good, guys. Have a good night.
All right. Same.
Later.
Bye. Wow.
It was good.
It was good. I got a lesson on finances and and a global economy and what makes a record good and a new rating system.
And the recording continuum.
Right. Thanks for checking out the best of the Classic Metal Show. You can tune into the Classic Metal Show live every Saturday night from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. Eastern, exclusively at www.theclassicmetalshow.com.
The Classic Metal Show.